How's it going, guys? I'm the Oyster Man, and this is the Oyster Man Outdoors. Today I want to talk to you about a concept that I call the road trip gun. For me, my road trip gun has always been a gun that I can take with me to a state that is not as friendly towards the Second Amendment as the states that I like to live in. So, this right here is a Ruger LCR 5-shot 357. So, it's a snub nose. Obviously, you lose a little bit of velocity when you don't have that longer barrel. But it's concealable, not very expensive, and it's something I'm not going to carry every day. The gun that I like to carry every day in my nice gun-friendly state is a SIG Macro with a Holliston red dot on it. This holds 17 rounds, 18 with one in the chamber. So why do I get something like this when I normally carry something like this? Well, I like to travel. We have family in different states between myself and my wife, and Colorado is a state that we frequent. And I don't want to carry well, I do want to, but I'm not going to carry my SIG Macro in Colorado. It's not as friendly of a state towards firearms, sadly. But I feel comfortable carrying this. I don't feel like I am unarmed, even though I only have 5 rounds. Obviously, this one's a 357, but this spot could be filled by many different guns. The Smith & Wesson J-frame, you can get it in .38 Special, is another great gun. And even the Ruger LCR, it's not only in .357, you can get it in .38. I believe you can get it in 9mm. I believe you can get it in .327 Federal, .22 Magnum, .22 Long Rifle. Take your pick, whatever you're comfortable with. I chose the .357 for a specific reason. If we're going to a state doing some outdoorsy things, it would not be my first choice for a bear gun. Let me make that clear. I'd much rather be carrying my Glock 20, but I could put some bear rounds in this. I don't think I'm going to put ridiculously hot hard cast lead through it, but maybe a solid copper round. And I'd feel more comfortable meeting a bear with a 357 than a .38 Special or a 9mm with only 5 shots. So that's the reason I went with the 357 personally. Now, if you're a little bit recoil shy, something this small and this light, this is a lighter gun. It's a little bit lighter than the J-frame, I believe, but maybe .38 Special is what you'd want to shoot. And with 357, you can shoot .38 Special through it. But that is something to think about. So if you're a little bit recoil shy, maybe those other options, even the 9mm would probably be a great option there. But the concept is still the same. It's a gun that I have for road trips, almost exclusively. Now, if I'm running a small errand, maybe grab this, throw it on, and I'm fine. But I don't really want to take this to somewhere like Kansas City. I would much rather be carrying this to Kansas City, or my Glock 19, or a similar, larger, higher capacity autoloader. But, many people think that a road trip gun is always something like an AR pistol or an AR or some sort of rifle round or a rifle. But I do have a gun like that I take to gun-friendly states. But to those not gun-friendly states, it could be this, and maybe if I want to take a long gun, a Remington 870. Pump-action shotgun's a great gun to take to those states, if that's what you want to do. But you could take both. It could be a 5-shot revolver like this, or you take a Colt Python 6-shot 357 and Remington 870 or a Mossberg 500 or a Maverick 88. Any of those guns would be great. But I think the concept is still there. Have some guns that you can take to states that are not gun-friendly, where you're not going to be carrying your normal carry gun. Not going to be carrying your Glock 19, Glock 17, or SIG Macro with 17 rounds. And don't just get the gun and not practice with it. Like I said, I haven't shot this exact gun yet. We're going to be getting some practice in here shortly. I just picked this up. But I have shot a Ruger LCR in .357 before. Not a bad gun, especially for the money. Just remember with these guns, this hammerless option, it's going to be a longer trigger pull. It's double action only. You can get something like this with that exposed hammer. If you want to shoot it in single action as well, manually cock that hammer with your thumb. But we're going to get some practice with it. Hopefully get a video out of me shooting this on the range next week or just later this week. But definitely, if you're going to carry something like this in a different state, make sure you're practicing with this as well. I know it's easy to practice with our carry guns. If you can make it to the range, that's usually the first gun I shoot at a range. Especially when I worked at a gun range, I'd shoot my carry gun every day, at least a few rounds. But if you have a gun in the safe that's sitting around for road trips, take that out too. Whenever you go to the range, just put a couple of rounds through it. This is a harder gun to shoot. It's got a shorter sight radius, with it being a snub nose. The sights are not as good on it. It's a longer, heavier trigger pull, but you can get proficient in them. Well, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if you guys have a road trip gun and what guns you take on a road trip, depending on what state you're going. And let me know why you do that, why you pick the guns that you pick. See you next week.